It's good. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy, right? Can you see that? What does that even, what does that mean? What does that say? I think it says 100 degrees, 100 miles to go before I'm gonna need some fuel, petrol, gasoline, something to keep this four-wheel machine cruising, moving, I'm grooving, but everybody close to me thinks I'm zooming. Well, it's better than Skype. Alright, that's cool. I'm through. Good night. Haha. Just playing with you. It's more like happy hour than sad times, sad days, sun rays, solar pays. To play, to lay, to say everything that you meant to say. Well, I was gonna, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but guess what? I'm gonna. Yeah. Once you make a decision, you stuck, you on collision courses with destiny and forces that you can't describe with the ABCs. Yeah. Intelligently, effortlessly communicate with everything that can breathe or doesn't need oxygen. Photosynthesis, you could blossom like a flower in the ocean or the concrete because the anointing is upon the G. I guess one day I'll be the capital like Lending Tree. Why? The Mirror LA gonna get on TV and lie. Fun fact, he went to school with Brett Weinstein. I'm in a very silly mood right now, and I don't know why, because some heavy shit going on, y'all. Some heavy shit. Shout out to it says the original. Shout out to Sips N Giggles Studios. Link in the description, link in bio. Yeah, custom t-shirts, custom cups, tapestries, gifts of all kinds. Support your local business, support a teacher. Remember I was talking about the 4-hour work week? Remember that? Yesterday? So I'm rereading it, right? First page, mind blown. Well, not mind blown, but oh shit, let me put this on airplane mode. Get interrupted, motherfucking shit. Lesson learned. Was it first time? Shame on you. Second time, well, you can't fool me again. See, can't be fooled again. Pop quiz, extra credit points. Anybody knows who that quote is from? What public figure said that? And you will win a prize, my friend. My friend. I need some petrol. Y'all mind if we chat while I get my petrol? So Tim Ferris, in the book 4-Hour Work Week, he gives a shout out to his parents. He gives a shout out to a nonprofit, and then he explains that 10% of his profits will be going to support nonprofit. 10% of his profit goes to support a nonprofit? Huh? I say, what? Huh? What I mean? That sounds funny. But that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. For profit. No. For purpose. This is what happens when you start recording and you haven't prepared. Okay? But as some of y'all have probably come to know, preparing is not what I'm about. That's why they call me Freestyle Fresh. Because with no planning, with no rehearsal, still fresh and free. So the concept of a for-purpose business was brought to my attention. Come with me, y'all. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Hail Mary, one quick seed. What do we have here now? You wanna ride or die? La 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 la. If you'll notice, I'm in public without a mask on. You think, what do you think about that? Am I gonna be alright? Am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna have to go on timeout? I know if I was in if I was in West Hollywood, then I would be in danger of getting a citation for being in public without having your face covered. Isn't that interesting? You ever think about what would happen? So usually, if you have your face covered, you can't be identified, and law enforcement, etc., would not take kindly to that, typically, right? Because they want you to be recognizable on the various surveillance devices, right? So if a crime is committed, they can identify you. But now, with the Ronies, and everybody got their face covered up, seems like an interesting setup, if you will. Seems like an interesting set of circumstances for people to anonymously do certain things. Just thought. Everyone's an undercover. You kind of feel like that, right? And with the whole track and trace programs that are especially popular in the dumb areas, literally everyone. They're trying to turn everybody into a snitch, man. They're even offering rewards. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about people profiting from snitching? Fascinating, right? Imagine calling Crime Stoppers and getting a busy signal. I like it to be an even number. You know? Did y'all know that when so you go to a restaurant, have a meal, and then you pay with the credit card, and then you leave a tip, right? So women, call me out, tell me if I'm wrong. Women will leave a round number as a tip, right? Tip your servers, by the way. If you're an American, you buy into this whole customer service malarkey economy. Tip your people. But yeah, so women will leave a round gratuity amount, leaving the total amount to be rather random and haphazard, whereas male patrons will typically leave a gratuity amount that will make the total charge a round number. Fascinating. And it rings true. As someone who used to wait tables, I can tell you that is actual and factual. Not 100%, what is, but it is statistically significant. What does that mean? What useful information can you draw from that? That's a good question, actually. I hadn't really thought about it. I think it has to do with the balance, the difference, the dance between order and chaos, right? And I think, I'm guessing, I'm synthesizing, speculating, hypothesizing. When a man sees his credit card statement, at a glance, you can quickly recognize charges that aren't yours if it's not a round number. That's my thought. That's my guess. And round up. Don't be a dick. Well, round down. You know what I think about that, right? When I go to places and I get, a smoothie, a fresh squeezed juice, anything worked on my car. My rule of thumb is anything that is done, that is manual labor, done, made it with my hand, made it with my own two hands. That is a gratuitable event, right? We're borrowing language from the Internal Revenue Service. A taxable event. A tippable event. Pause. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, for purpose. So, shout out to the Build Your Network podcast group mastermind. Shout out to Travis Chappell and his lovely wife and their young one. What up, Cam? What up, man? What's up, bud? What's up, dude? I love kids. That's not true. I love babies. Kids, take them or leave them. True story. So, as a listener of the Build Your Network podcast, as a member of the Build Your Network mastermind, as a attendee of the Thrive conference in Las Vegas 2 years ago. Shout out to Cole Hatter. He runs the Thrive organization, network, community, Thrive community. And they, I'm gonna say preach, lack of a better word, preach this concept of having and running and operating and owning a for-purpose business, right? Because usually businesses is either non-profit or for-profit, typically. And when I see something that's non-profit, usually I'm thinking to myself, tax evasion. Allegedly, not in the literal sense, like, I owed you taxes, but I'm not paying them. No. But if you structure your corporation in a certain fashion, and the operating costs include salaries for the people that work there, reasonable operating costs, and then there's no profit left over, all of the excess, after you, sir, goes to a charitable cause. After you, sir, please, I insist. So my point is, it's kind of a fine line. It's a big game of hide the pickle, if you will. And sometimes the pickle's too big to hide. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? So the reason that I bring this up, man, get to the fucking point, bro. It's been 15 minutes. The fuck are you talking about? Why are you doing what you're doing? There's a book by Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek. S-I-N-E-K. And I believe it's called Find Your Why. I think that's what it's called. I read the first half of it, and then I got to the worksheet part, which requires a partner, and I ducked out. I start a lot of things and I don't finish them, including thoughts, including sentences. It is what it is. If the reason that you're doing what you're doing is simply to pay bills, kill yourself. Make it look like an accident, and get a life insurance policy first, and make sure that there is no fine print regarding the payout to your beneficiary. Just kidding. All of that was a joke. If you're having any mental health problems or you're feeling depressed, please talk to somebody. Seek help. Do not kill yourself. Do not do that. There's always an exception. If you are a public servant and you are in charge of the state that is furthest west that you can possibly get in the lower 48, and your name rhymes with fathom gruesome, then you can go ahead and take all of the COVID-19 vaccine trials at once in your eyeball. Well, just to see. Well, let's gotta see if it works, right? I'm sure that any public servant worth their salt would be willing, for the sake of their constituents, be on the front lines and go ahead and test out that vaccine for us. I'm sure you'd be willing to do that, wouldn't you? Because you care, don't you? And your buddy Gharschetty, he's live right now on KTLA or KCAL, or I don't know what other network is broke enough to put his bum ass on TV. But he's talking. He's talking. I tell you what, man, Gharschetty and Noose'uhm are two of the most condescending fucks on my Twitter timeline. That's a fact. That is sad and true. I think I mentioned this quote from Dame Dash. I hustle for my last name, not my first. Meaning, legacy comes to mind before personal gain, personal profit. Thinking about your kids, right? And the interesting thing is, even though I am an entrepreneur through and through, my wife partner, she's not an entrepreneur. Naturally speaking, she's learning. She didn't attend the Thrive conference with me, yet and still, the concept was within her already. It was boom, 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 boom. She donates 10% of all her profits to literacy programs for the little ones, little babies, little children's. That was very creepy, I'm sorry. Little babies, little children's. For, it's the school for kids that can't read too good. Can't read good. Derek Zoolander. That's a funny movie. So that's one thing that you can do, right? You can donate some of your earnings to a cause that you care about. Because when you're only working for financial gain, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna be fulfilled from that. And if you're the type of person that all you see is money, like, oh, there's a person. Oh, maybe they want to buy what I'm selling. Maybe I can, right? You just see dollar signs over everybody's head. I don't think that's healthy. You have to find your why, as stated by Simon Sinek. And it could be different for everybody, you know. I think for most parents, there's kind of a universal feeling, a drive to provide for your children and to make their life better than yours, right? We want to see this cycle of improvement. And I think I heard a statistic somewhere that the current generation looks like, you know, is projected to be the first generation since, was it World War I or something, that is not going to do better than their parents, which I think, I'm going to go ahead and speculate that it's less, the reason that is happening is systemic, partially, and the other part, I don't know. Education, I'm not sure exactly, but inflation, right? So your purchasing power, ridiculously out of whack. So if you had $100,000 in 1991, 6 figures, right? Which is, a lot of people use that as a benchmark for success or a goal for earnings, right? 6 figures in 1 year. The purchasing power in 1991, I mean, I was what, 9 years old? You could buy a lot of things. You could buy a house, several cars, you know. And this is information that I think I heard 2 years ago, so it's not exactly accurate, but 10x. Shout out to Grant Cardone and his slimy ass. And I mean slimy just because he would probably take that as a compliment. He's like a sleazy salesman, but he's a marketer, but mostly what he sells is bullshit. And I don't mean that it has no value. I mean that he's got that slickster, huckster, hey man, how can we help you? What we gonna get some money at you today? Hey. If I can't sell you a car, I'm gonna say keychain. If I can't sell you an apartment building, I'm gonna sell you a unit. One of those type of people. That's what I mean. I really don't mean it as negative. Just what it is. Cash money, baby. Cash money. So I'm working. What is my why? My why is to set people free. Like Harriet fucking Tubman out this motherfucker. Free from mental bondage. Oh my gosh, y'all gotta check out the newest Dark Horse podcast. Oh my gosh. Saturday's episode with bananas. I think the title is something about a Ponzi scheme, something, which is hilariously ironic, the timing. I'll tell you why next week. Hysterical. Basically, Dr. Heather Hine was saying that, and Dr. Brett Weinstein were positing this notion that a bad idea can take hold in a very small minority, 3-4% of the population, And just like a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, I don't like to use that because it has a negative connotation when it shouldn't. A pyramid scheme is not a Ponzi scheme. They're different things. One's illegal, one's not. A bad idea can spread like wildfire, and it's happening right now all across the country. I was on the phone talking with one of my dear cousins, and we was talking about business, entrepreneurship, family, legacy, hustle, plans for the future, success, investments. I heard his daughter in the background. She had some questions. She put it on speaker so I could hear. And she was asking, how old is she? She's 13, 14. She said, what's going on? Why is this happening, but then this is happening? I'm being vague on purpose. And I shared with her some of my thoughts and some of my insights. And then I said, you know what? Brett can tell you better than I can. Go look up Evergreen State, Evergreen College, Evergreen State University in Oregon. What happened in 2017 at Evergreen? That'll tell you. You'll know. You will see how the seedling of an idea, of an ideology, has infected and infested the mind of the people like a demonic possession. It's not hyperbole. The similarities is real in the field. So as I stated previously, when I started this whole daily vlogging adventure, I said, hey, I'm out here in these streets, man. I'm out here to get educated about finances. Got to be financially literate. About credit. Got to leverage debt. Gotta get it. Right? I mean, look at President Mr. Donald J. Trump. Right? Didn't he start out with some loan money, with some debt from his parents to start his empire, his real estate business? Parlay, make money all day. Am I right? So, and your why might change. If you're a young single person, your why is going to be different than if you're a middle-aged parent versus a about to retire golden years person. It's going to be different. But your purpose, if your purpose is not perfected, your punishment will be powerful and your plight won't be positive. That's it, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go buy something for my babies. They did so good at the dentist today. I was so proud of them. The things that make a parent proud might make you frown. You might not even know what I'm talking about. Hard to relate, but it's really not that profound. Accomplishments and accolades. Keep all that shit to yourself. You can get paid. And play up home them weekends, but every day's a Saturday. If you can freak it, yeah. Eerie Skies, EERYSKIES. Like, subscribe. Mac Miller Beat. Summer in December. That sounds familiar. Kind of like Christmas in July. My car's so fast you think I'm fly. Why? Ask why. When you should be asking who, what, when, where. By God. Where I hope to be. Fuck. Devil is approaching me, scoping me. Literally. Ironically. The hypotenuse, the difference Between the angles, atom, it should be 360 degrees evenly split. 490 quadrants. I'm out of here. I'm ghost. I'm gone. I promise. See you tomorrow. Remember, give your body what it needs to fight the dis-ease. Canatonic.co. Use code FRESH2020. Instant savings. I love you guys. Peace.